Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SVB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, and I am delighted today to bring on one of our brand new partners, Dr. Vivian Ebert. How are you this morning?
Hi, I'm great.
Good. So good to see you. And I look forward to our next chiropractic visit. You have been a lifesaver to me. So I want to take this opportunity to introduce you to not only our readership, but our viewership through SBB Live. And just talk a little bit about yourself, what you do, how long you've been a chiropractor, and what your passion is.
Well, I've been a chiropractor for over 30 years. I kind of started off as the health nut in high school, and just got more and more involved with nutrition and just overall health. My folks moved us down here from Michigan, so in the 70s, basically late 70s, and I worked for a chiropractor in Bonita, and I saw how then he did a lot of nutrition work, but he also did adjustments, the chiropractic work, which I was not familiar with, and I just saw the changes he made, and I thought, wow, I could do that with nutrition and with chiropractic and help patients. So I just kind of ended up kind of falling into it in a different way. And next thing I knew, I was going off to St. Louis to Logan Chiropractic and went there. And when I got done, my folks, all my family was still living here. And they really came down because of golf. My older brother and sister um, were great golfers. And so anyways, we ended up here, and I just loved, uh, just decided when I got out of school, I would come down here. And so I worked and then started my own practice, and I was in Naples for years
Yeah.
and took a little break, and then came up here to the Bonita Estero area. And I've been here actually 10 years, which really surprises me. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I know I've just enjoyed getting to know you and listening to your story. One of the things that I think makes me adore you so much is how close you are with your family. So, talk to me a little bit about yourself and your core values, because I think that does really make you unique. You look at a holistic approach of everyone because of, I think, those strong family ties.
Well, I think I am fortunate. I have five brothers and sisters here in town. We're sort of a golfing family. That's been something that kind of connects us that we do. I ended up marrying a golf professional in town. We owned a driving range for a while off of Pine Ridge Road, so all my boys play. So, golf is just something that we all do, and that I love. So I would say it's been a little bit of a niche with my practice. Is if a patient comes, they kind of know I'm a golfer, and if I tell them you shouldn't play, they know I mean it. That it's not just that you're having them rest. But I'd have to say, core value wise, especially when it comes to chiropractic, I think all the chiropractors, we are built on the holistic idea of looking at people as a whole, that it's not just that area of pain. We always want to get you out of pain, and then our next goal is trying to keep you out of pain, and then is try to keep up some kind of wellness with the patient. But everyone's so different. I might see a younger person and see them 3 or 4 visits, where someone else with other issues and their activities may end up saying you need to come in once a month. And I have a wonderful massage therapist who does medical massage. So you're just trying to find what works for that patient. And a lot of patients already know what has worked for them. And some are just, this is a new problem. Or so you really do have to look at everybody as individuals.
You certainly do. And you brought up one of the things I wanted to touch on, that your office does offer this amazing additional service. And I have had the pleasure of having my very first massage with Janine just the other day. and it was life changing, because I think everyone really has their own style, and I think that there's a big difference between just a typical relaxation massage, which I'm sure she's fully capable of doing, but she also has the extreme strong hands of that medical massage. And when you're hurting, you really need that. So I want to give kudos for you for finding her and bringing her to your office, and definitely for her for providing such a great service. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, she's worked with me about 8 years, Jeannie, and it's more, we just can call it more of a medical massage because it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's more geared for your area. It might be a half an hour on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It maybe 50 minutes, just basically concentrating on the spinal area. I just try to tell patients these days it's not really just a luxury. It's kind of a necessity, especially my older patients, because it's not, usually my patients are musculoskeletal issues, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we're working with, circulation and, trigger points and all these kind of things. And especially the last 5 months, people are sitting more, they're reading,
Mm-hmm.
computers. They've got these horrible home setups
Yeah.
with their laptops working at home. And, I witnessed it from family members. You're like, well, no wonder your back hurts.
Yep.
So, and it's hard to get
Guilty
them
as
to
charged, Dr. Ebert. Guilty as charged.
right.
I
So,
will say, one of the things that I want to bring to everyone's attention to as a patient of yours is, I love, and I want to emphasize this because you already kind of mentioned it. I love your no pressure, approach with someone younger like myself that came in, after a few visits, and making sure that the adjustment had held. It was no pressure. When you need me, you call me. So I just think that that's something that we need to make sure everyone realizes, because I think that the fear of going to a chiropractor is like, oh, I'm just going to have to keep going, but that's not the case. And your goal is to make sure that they feel like they don't have to come back. You want to make them better.
right. Well, I think sometimes everybody's a little different. I mean, there is the whole wellness aspect of what we do, meaning that, if we keep the nervous system working, everything else works better. So a younger person usually doesn't have all the degenerative or arthritic changes going on. So they're just so different, but there is a wellness component, just like, it's just like taking vitamins and different things that you can add to it. You can just add another layer of improving your health, and especially right now with being stressed out and doing the, sleeping better, exercising, all these things that you can, some people are better at it than others. And, but everyone's just, again, kind of different, where a child just usually doesn't need it as much, and they respond so much quicker. They heal up so much faster than an older patient. But I don't sign people up on big programs. It's just, I call it just a different style but everyone, we're lucky in this area that I think most chiropractors are really good doctors here.
Yeah.
And we all kind of have that holistic look. But again, it's just, your need is different than someone else. I'm not saying you follow through that great, but there is the tendency to wait till we hurt and then
Yeah.
we go in. And I do know that's a myth. Once I go, I'll have to always go. And I always say, well, you never said that to your dentist,
Right.
and it's kind of like you come back because you feel better and you understand that connection to the nervous system, and that you do feel better when you come in on a little more regular basis. But,
And I
yeah,
have heard it compared to that. Like,
yeah,
you should take your spinal care as serious as you would your dental care. or even in our Southwest Florida dermatology, you know, as often as you would go to the to get your skin checked out, you want to make sure you're taking care of your spinal care and your nervous system as well.
Well, it's just that whole idea of wellness in general. What works for you may not work for the other person. You know, if I can't get someone better, then you know what? We've got to try acupuncture or certainly other avenues out there. And I never say, sorry, you're just going to have to live with it. To me,
Right,
there's
right.
always something else. We added spinal decompression to the office. I've had it about 2 years. That's kind of opened my eyes to another avenue, especially for actually young and old, the herniated disc, but some of the very degenerative patients, meaning a lot of osteoarthritis in their spine. I've been surprised with the results that people have gotten.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So the hot points to make sure everyone knows about is your holistic approach. You offer chiropractic care, medical massage, and spinal decompression.
Yep, that's the main. I do a little bit of nutrition, but it's pretty basic. But I certainly have people to refer to that I think are better at functional medicine and the nutritional. And it's what got me into chiropractic, but it's pretty complicated. And to be really good at it, you know, I have sources that I like to refer to.
Perfect. Well, welcome to the Seniors Blue Book Network. We're extremely happy to have you. And I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy morning to join us today.
No, no problem. Yep.
Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.